Eka Baselia is doing her best to fill the shoes of her boss, Irakli Okruashvili, because while he might be in political asylum in France, he knows exactly what's going on at his party headquarters back in Tbilisi. Once Irakli was a close ally of Georgian President Mikhail Saakashvili and served as his defense minister. The two had a falling out after Irakli accused him of corruption, incompetency and human rights violations. He also claimed the president had been involved in planning political murders. It ended with Okruashvili being found guilty of large-scale extortion in absentia last year and sentenced to 11 years in prison.
ამ ძალიან მნიშვნელოვანი პოლიტიკური პროცესების დროს ბუნებრივია პოლიტიკური პარტიის ლიდერი ირაკლი ოქრუაშვილი თვლის ძალიან მნიშვნელოვნად რომ იყოს იმ ხალხის გვერდით რომელიც დგას ქუჩაში მთელი ამ ერთი თვის განმავლობაში და ბუნებრივია მას მიაჩნია რომ უნდა იყოს ხალხის გვერდით.
It's also not the right time for an estimated 1.5 million Georgians who are currently living outside the country. Many of them are in Russia, Europe and the United States. And while most are ordinary citizens simply looking for a better standard of living, among them are also a sizable number of businessmen who say they can no longer operate freely inside Georgia. Kibar Kavalvashi used to own 3 successful companies in Georgia, through which he employed 5,000 people. But because he was a friend of Irakli Okruashvili, he soon found himself on the wrong side of the government. Today he lives in Germany, but stays in regular contact with his former employees.
Суд Германии очень хорошо понимал, что его здесь терроризировали и отняли все бизнес. И, наверное, очень редкий случай, когда бизнесмен получает политический беженца, статус политического беженца.
The loss of what these Georgians have to offer is also felt among those who've returned to the country. Opposition leader Salome Zurabishvili was born in Paris into a family of Georgian political immigrants. She returned to Tbilisi 6 years ago and nowadays is looking to the Georgian diaspora for support. Half the candidates she plans to front in the next elections come from abroad. She says they have a lot to offer the country.
And the people that have been leaving Georgia, first of all, they are the active part, the people that started looking for their own ways to survive. They have gotten different experiences from where they lived, and that will be very important for tomorrow's Georgia.
The answer as to whether or not they will is tied up with what happens on the streets of Georgia. Many of those living outside the country are against the current government. So for as long as President Saakashvili refuses to resign, there's unlikely to be any mass exodus home. Political refugees are unlikely to walk through this airport until there's a change of government. They're watching the opposition street protests to see what they mean for the future of this country, as well as their own personal future. Paul Islia, RT, Tbilisi.